Hello, safety tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Lobotomy Corporation with me, BlueAnkylo. And of course, the live chat. So, between episodes, we recruited Pixel from the patron list. Thank you for your support of the channel, and good luck! You have taken Frisk's position on the team. And we've shifted some armor around, so Fella's got the new spear and armor. And we've basically, I was looking at the stats here, and I decided that the weakest weapon that we currently have is the dog claws, because it's 4 to 6 attack with a normal speed, whereas we've got a straight upgrade, which is more damage, same speed, and longer range, and a special effect that gives you some movement speed. So this is just a straight upgrade. This is the spider mace. The spear's better because it does more damage and black and fast. The shooting weapon's probably better because long range and shoots faster. And then having a stamina dealing damage weapon is nice as well. So we actually need some more white damage. If people panic, it's nice to have more white options than just the one. So that's that. Today we're going to go check out a new abnormality and continue to farm up, for the most part, spears, I guess. That's what we're missing. You know, I didn't even finish researching it. I didn't even notice that. So we would have better success rate if I'd finished researching it instead of going for the armor. So obviously you can go for armor and weapons without fully researching it, but it's probably dumb. You should get that observation first and then do it. Also, I just realized I haven't read the stories, so at the end of today's episode, we'll go through the tree story and the spider story, because I forgot about them, as well as the fragment story. So we got lots of stories that we'll get to at the end of today's episode, because I forgot. I've been meaning to do those as I get them, but just never think of it. Okay, so we got ourselves a new room, and again, I know how this one works, so I don't want to like spoil it for everybody, but it's kind of it's hard to because you for these kind of tools, just like the you must be happy kind of thing. You learn about it by using it over time. The trouble is, the longer you use this room, bad things will happen in the rest of your base. So maxing out its duration is really, really bad for things that can escape, or summon things, or escape and kill you. So I have to do it in a very specific fashion here, and it's going to be a little bit meta. But normally, I think if this was your first time playing, you would just send someone in, learn about it, and then your base would go crazy. And then you try again and you do what I'm about to do. So, we're going to send rides in, not for any specific reason. And we're just going to keep an eye. We'll go for probably... I actually don't want to even stay in for 30 seconds. It's tricky because there's no timer that shows you how long you've been in there. And you can stay in for a while without anything bad happening. But I want to get a little bit past 10 seconds, maybe 15 or so. And we'll get out. Okay. So, first tick. A shelter that fully shields from the outside world, including light. The subject who enters the shelter from the 27th of March, that's the name of the thing, becomes immune to all types of damage. However, the effect does not apply to damage caused by something else. Also, unless that's the ID number for it, but I think it might be something else. Also, the HP and SP will slowly heal from the moment they enter. So, basically, you walk in there, you're completely immune to everything, and you heal. It's the safest room in the world. If I forgot about you in there, Rides, you would be the only person alive in the base before very long. Alright, so we didn't get to 30 seconds. I believe 30 seconds is the time I have to get out by. Yeah, I'm just trying to watch all the counters for reasons you'll understand shortly. Yeah, we got to 25 seconds. That was about perfect. So it should show its name pretty quick. Shelter from the 27th of March, the name of the thing. This is actually our highest ranked abnormality. A hit class is a rank 3. Unfortunately, we can't get stats or armor out of it, but that is our highest rank. Speed things up a little bit. I kind of have a strategy here. I'll do this. This is kind of how I try to keep track of the time. So if you send someone in, it says 35 seconds. Pay attention to when they enter. Pay attention to where the timer is here. So right, it's in the middle. So let's watch maybe one full cycle of the healer, like that, and let's see how long that was in game terms. That was 35 to 46. That was about 10 seconds or minutes. So what we can do is we can quite safely, we started right there, we should be able to handle 2 cycles of the regenerator. And that should be about 20 minutes, assuming I'm correct here. And if we keep track, we can sort of optimize our time if you're trying to stick in for certain times. So we were at 46, that got us to like 106. So almost exactly 20. So it looks like, for the most part, at this point, this thing takes about 10 seconds to refill, which makes it a little bit easier to time. So, if the subject enters the shelter while being pursued, they will become undetectable to the pursuer. The shelter still remembers that day. And there's no cooldown as far as I know, so you can just send people in over and over again. So we're gonna go, I'm pretty sure 30 seconds is my count, my break point. So I'm gonna try about 25 here just to be super efficient. So that's 20, and then 25 or so. So that got us past 130. We'll need to get to, we could technically, this is another way of keeping track of the time. As long as we're paying close, 132, if we get out, we will see this light up to level 3 at 2 o'clock, 2 hours or whatever, 2 minutes, whatever. You just have to you have to stop it as soon as it gets there. Or else, well, if you're trying to stay under 30 seconds is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can use that to keep track of the time as well, is what I'm trying. So I'm just going to slow it down, keep a close eye on this light. As soon as that lightens up, we're going to get out of there. There we go. Stop using. Gets out of there. 2, 3, 2, 2. Now, the Punishing Bird's probably going down on his own, so don't worry about that. But, yeah, Punishing Bird starts at 4, so that's one thing. So, what did we learn this time? If a subject... Yeah, this is what I knew. So, like I said, sorry, a little bit of metagaming here. If a subject remains inside the shelter from... whatever, for 30 seconds longer, the clip-off counter of the abnormality inside the facility, like another abnormality inside the facility, will become 0. Such a phenomenon will repeatedly happen around other containment units until the subject leaves the shelter. The P Company wished to build the safest place on Earth. As such, the interior had a large amount of long-lasting supplies, which would allow anyone who stayed inside to survive a very long time. So, basically, and I sort of, like I said, spoiled a little bit. If you stay over 30 seconds, other abnormalities start breaking out. And depending on your situation, that can be pretty bad. So let's go for another 25 seconds or so. We want to get to 3 hours next. That'll take 3 trips. So I can go faster. Alright, that's 1. It's 2. And a half or so. 24 minutes. Pretty good. Looks like my calculations here work pretty well. 1. 2. And a half. And then 10 minutes. As soon as the light lights up, we're out of there. And we won't be using this thing typically. But it's good to have for certain, like, if there's something out that's trying to kill you, you can hop in there for a second. It'll, like it says, it will stop chasing you. Then you hop right back out, and it's no longer chasing you. So there is some good reasons for that. But, and there are other reasons, there are other ways of using it. It is quite a useful tool. It's just kind of difficult. So thanks to the shelter, the selected refugees were shielded from the ocean of screaming and bloodshed. But the shelter, while perfectly safe inside, alters the perception of the outside to be even more hopeless. It literally becomes the safest place on Earth. It's oddly entertaining entering and leaving the room. So yeah, anyway, that's the room. It's actually not that hard to handle once you know its gimmick, and it's kind of useful for a couple different tricks. So good. So that's our first 8 abnormalities. The next main thing is to get some spider armor, basically. So I'm thinking of trying to use today without using the stat upper to see how things go. I do need to finish researching it as well. I'm going to try repression at low levels, because maybe at level 1 or 2, repression will be good enough to not get a normal result. And if that's the case, we can start training people up from Justice 1 to Justice 2 or 3, which would be quite nice, rather than relying on the other thing. Now, this is not a great start, obviously. Nope. So that's a neutral. And it starts at 2 points, I believe. Does it go down? So it didn't go down. I don't know what the odds are, but fella, it's your turn. You're going to have to do better than I did. Someone can go play with the spiders. Actually, fella needs to play with the spiders. Rides and Blue both have a level 4 of Fortitude already, so we're kind of... level 4 is really high, honestly, this early on. I don't want to farm it up much higher than that. Okay, my high success rate here has not been successful. That's ridiculous. Let's get that final research done. Hopefully that helps. Clip-off counter went down. Great. So, it seems like the only thing that is not giving us neutrals has been attachment so far. But maybe with this extra 5%, that'll be enough. So Blue fella, let's try rides. Certainly you can save us from the tentacle monster. And I mean, if it doesn't work, we'll just go suppress it anyway. Maybe that little 5% extra is all we needed. Wow. Really? Seriously, rides? A perfect score? Share some of your skill with the rest of us. Alright, well that's certainly going to help us get some more weapons and stuff. Well, we better just send him in there again. Clearly, he is the master of the fragment of the universe. It's such a show-off. Also, welcome back to the stream, Jelka. You're still alive, I can tell you that much. Alright, well he didn't get a perfect that time, but still, good is pretty nice. Alright, so we're starting to get more weapons and armor. We're gonna get our first meltdown. Let's set that off somewhere safe. So our B team up here can always use some planning. Pixel's the new guy. This is his first time, so we'll watch him go in there. Enjoy your time with one sin. Meanwhile, the dog gets mad, so we send... Doesn't really matter, Grotham. Let's just do some training while we're getting things going here. We're gonna get fella to level 4 Fortitude. We're gonna get... Probably attachment would be the next most... Well, no. Look at my rather low sanity. 47 points in sanity, that's not enough. And then fragment. We'll keep sending rides for the moment. Oh, Frisk, I have bad news for you. Also, see you later, fella. Alright, I didn't... So the next time we do anything... Oh, hold on. If I'd gone in there... Oh. Actually, no, never mind. I can't do this. The, Suppress, or whatever you want it. Stopping a meltdown doesn't increment the ticker. So that won't add a bar like normal work does. But the next time we'll have to deal with another ordeal. So far, Rides has been doing quite well working on the tentacle monster. That's great. I think, honestly, having the max observation helps a lot. Alright. Once everyone's back, we will prepare for another worm attack. And I think, again, I like to send the most newbie person into one sin to chill while everybody else deals with the ordeal. Alright. Got some worms. And we got some more worms. I'm pretty sure we're geared enough that we can handle these guys without too much stress. But we'll see what happens. Slow it down a little bit here. You can kind of see the slower attack weapons, like that spider mace. They do miss sometimes. Also, Fella's definitely taking some damage. Let's just check these guys. So Jelka's taking some damage up there. He's doing okay for the moment. And I think Fella will also be fine. So I definitely prefer faster weapons, because these kind of things, they can jump back and forth. And if you attack too slowly, they just jump behind you before you can get your swing off. So speed definitely helps. Jelka, actually, we're going to pull out there. Jelka, can you get out of there, please? Like, run? Actually run? He's not... Jelka! Get out. Okay, that was pretty close. That was, definitely closer than planned. So, there... Oh, wait, it's because they moved. Great. Don't worry, the A-team got you covered. It's fine, it's fine. Nobody died. It's a perfectly fine day. So we're going to send Rides, I think, one more time for Tentacle Man. And then Grave, we're going to go with Blue. Spiders, we're going to go with Fella. I think I can do 4 works or so before we gotta... Oops, hold on. Jelka, you need to finish healing up. Let's send someone to deal with the dog. Grotham should be working on getting level 3 stats up here. These guys are working on level 4 stats. Should be fine. Keep an eye on that clip-off counter on the death tree. We may have had someone die to the death tree before, so, you know. Let's try to prevent that. Alright. If I can get 20 more points, we can get the last spear, and then we'll have all of our weapons set up. There's no need to grind forever, but it is definitely nice to have... Dang it! You better get to 7. Alright, 7's still not enough. Ah! It's supposed to be good. Who was that? Grotham. Paday's gonna go down a counter. Yeah, Frisk the tree ate you. Medium chance. So we didn't... We got not a high enough result, but we didn't get the second bad roll. Okay, let's set off another meltdown. Send Pixel in there again. If this thing melts down, we have to remember that it's gonna suck people in. So, dog. Because it's at level 2, this is not a big problem yet. Drow can go deal with it. Fragment of the Universe. Rides has done it like 3 or 4 times, which is hopefully enough to get his justice up a little bit. I would also like my justice to go up, so I'm going to work on that. Bella's still trying to get Fortitude to 4. And Rides can now deal with the tree. And while everyone's doing busy work, we'll send Jelka to go train with the bird. So all I have to watch specifically here is either a neutral letting the fragment out, or, well, obviously this thing's going to try to suck someone in, so. Even if we get a neutral on the dog, it won't break out. Alright, so a good means counter goes down. A neutral means the counter might go down. You know what? Maybe we just let this guy go in there. Yeah. As long as you just let a random janitor in there, it stops... It only brings 1 person. So, if you've got, like, a couple real employees captivated, just let someone else... Just let a janitor take the hit. It's perfect. I love it. Alright, Fragment of the Universe has not been terribly successful for anyone except Rides. Rides has been doing really well, but everybody else has been failing pretty hardcore, honestly. I think I can do 2 works before the next ordeal, or meltdown, that is. I think this will be the last spiders for Fella, because that should get him, hopefully, to Fortitude 4, which is what everybody else is at. I'm trying not to grind this out forever, but I want to get that spear, and there's lots of stats to gain, obviously. Tentacles are my only talent, yeah. Hopefully someone else can figure out how to handle the tentacles. Fella's obviously amazing with spiders. There we go! I managed to figure out the tentacles a little bit better that time around. Still need one more trip for the spear, but it's alright. So, this time, we'll get 4 ordeals. Let's help Pixel become saner. And then, which 4 do we get? Not ordeal. I keep saying ordeals, just meltdown. Alright, so you could ignore this. Also, the bird broke out, but don't worry about that. We could ignore the room and just lose some energy, but it's actually pretty easy to suppress that one, so we will. I'm going to try the spider tentacle thing, the space tentacles. We're going to send Bella for the tree and rides. So the trick with this, whenever this kind of room is breaking out, is you can ignore it if it's a bad situation. You don't want to send someone over there. You'll just lose some energy. No big deal. But it's really easy to stop the breakdown. You just go in and then immediately leave. The only problem is if you send someone in and forget them, which is also fairly easy to do. So that's why I would suggest being cautious. Alright. That gets us our spear. I think I will do one more day of work and then one more cycle, and then we'll probably call it good at that point. Go Bella to the tree. Rides to the spiders. Payday is still at 2, so we're safe. We can send in Grotham, get his stats to 3 maybe. And we're still training up Pix a little bit. Baby trainer. One Sin really is the newbie trainer. Because he's such a low level, like he's only a Zayn, he doesn't really give you amazing stat growths if you're a high level employee, but if you're low level, it's good enough. Alright, we had another breakdown. This might be my last one because I'll end the day here. Get some repression on. Just remember to take out, to get out of there. The bird never went back. I should have let someone just get pecked by it. I'm always a little bit worried about ending the day while something's escaped. I think you can safely end the day while something's escaped as long as no one's in the same room as it. Because I think if you're in the same room as an abnormality and you end day, it takes it like you're fighting and then you die. So, oh, don't forget. You gotta move people out of there quickly. Very, very important. Alright, there's the bird. Just pecking at Grotham today. There you go, bird's done. Fella, go catch that. I should have sent Fella, that's right. He's our bird master. Alright, so I don't want to set up another one. Let's just do like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that'll be the end of the day. Make sure Jelka gets up to level 3. Let's get... Trying to get Fella to level 2 Justice here. Everyone's got pretty amazing HP on this side. Oh, we did a bad dog thing, so I don't want to send anyone back in there because we're down to 1. And we'll just finish it off with Pixel. And that'll be the last set. That'll do it. I mean, we could have spent some time with the tree, I guess, but... Sure. I'll go to the tree one last time as we wrap it up. Good results, good results, good results. Good. So we'll have all the weapons and armor, and I don't think anyone died today. I mean, heck. What a tease. The abnormality that you need a normal not to set off the clip-off counter has a 7 to 12 good. Like, that's like the entire ranking. Yeah, sorry, Frisk. You're already in the tree. But yeah, so that means it'll set it off again. Tree, the leaves try to summon somebody, but... And to be fair, if you watch the episode, I could have saved you. Because you were standing here, I didn't notice you until you were standing right there. I could have ended the day, but I forgot that I could do that. And it probably would have saved you. So hopefully I will learn from my mistakes. Anyway, level ups. Blue, level 4 employee. Justice level 2, that's what I was hoping for, so finally get a little bit of justice. Also, that's actually a pretty good all-rounder stat up. Fella, also level 4, no SP, but lots of other stats going up. Jelka's up to level 3, got some sanity. Rides, looks like HP sanity. Grotham. I must have not gotten any success out of Grotham today. That's too bad. Or maybe just... Oh, that's Drow. Oh, well. Can't win every day. Can't win every day. Manager, what's wrong? I mean, there's just blood and gore everywhere. Ah, I see. She also looked quite different there. Will you wait for a moment? If you can't bear it, you can close your eyes. I solved it. There was a system error. It shouldn't be so easily compromised. Yeah, that was the S rank. It was pretty awesome, right? It was a technology developed during the war, now widely used for commercial purpose. It's not that elaborated. The human brain is fragile. Seeing a cruel or shocking sight might unintentionally shut down the brain functions. And if a manager like you suffers such a reaction, it will be very difficult for me. So I installed a perception filter in your display. Nothing we see is real. When this perception filter works well, the dead employees will look like cute dolls with red paint. So I think this is why everything looks kind of anime cartoon and not realistic. Abnormalities which could damage your SP will be seen as adorable toys. Trust me, before the perception filter had been installed, lots of managers lost their sanity in that seat. I can't let you join them. James purposefully released 2 abnormalities that killed 7 people. Lost the abnormalities and floor employees. I ordered to shoot down James. Now I know what kind of place we're working in. James was the guy from yesterday that was like asking to go in one last time, and you saw him was like, fine. And then he died. Now I am not sorry for the fact that I was unable to stop him. You could have totally stopped everything here just by saying no to the guy that was like, please man, please. Now I am sorry for the fact that I knew him personally. I let my subordinates exploit me. The chat, the game, all fun. And James was a good joker. Playing word chain was fun. James died because I was weak, yep. I promised myself not to repeat this error on that day. Manager, this is Lobotomy Corporation. We see body bags every day, except I didn't let anybody important die. It's a lonely place. Sometimes you will want to have friends. When you feel lonely, remember what happened to me. You will be able to get over meaningless deaths. I envy Angela. She doesn't even have feelings. People say I'm too rational. Yeah, everyone says I'm awesome and rational. Cool. They say I have awesome hair and cool scarf. And I'm cold-blooded, calculating, and devoid of emotions. Because I'm actually a robot, so of course I don't have emotions. I take those as compliments. I'm not in denial, you know. Whoever built this plane is a cruel person. Sometimes I want to be an AI without emotion. Stupid programmers programming emotion in me. Chip for that. Sympathy clouds your judgment. You are bound to make mistakes. Why would anyone place an AI with emotion in this cruel... That is actually a good question. Why do the AI machines actually have, like, clothing, emotions, scarves? Why? Do you know the answer? Well, I guess we're gonna have to do a bad job to find out. That'll be easy. That'll be super easy. That's the easiest quest ever. Just do bad. Alright. Finalize the information team. Yeah, they installed emotions into the robot so they could enjoy watching people die. Alright, so now our janitors will have less fear damage from abnormalities escaping, which might mean they will help fight them. They do have little guns, so they might help out a little bit now. The next time the space spider gets out, you'll see if they shoot it. Alright, well other than that, nothing has really changed. We have 4 points, so we can probably recruit 1 more person. Is that enough? I'd like to have 5. I could accept no, well, no, I'm gonna save it. We're gonna save up our points for 1 more day, and then we'll make sure we have the 5 points for a properly level 2 all the way around her. Besides, I've got a couple low-level employees already that still need more training. These guys down here are getting pretty well trained up. Like, you can see these stats are looking pretty good. These guys up here have a long way to go. And if I keep adding newbies, it's just going to slow it all down. So we'll get some more people later. But we didn't really get any new weapons or armor today. Actually, never mind. I lied. We got a new armor and new spear. So we'll deal with that. Anyway, for those of you future tubers, I'm going to end the episode here. And next time, we will do a job with a poor rank and see what happens. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed. Have a great day.